Hello. Good morning. It's not morning. It's Thursday night, but I'm working early Friday morning. I'm making a video. Normally I do these videos on Facebook, but for some reason I have been suspended on Facebook, and they never tell me why, and I keep getting suspended. And I'm like, what do I do? Like, keep getting in trouble. Anyway, so here I am. It's Thursday night. I'm doing this for Friday morning. Place I work at in the mornings, early in the mornings, I load the trucks, and then I'm a helper on a truck. And I'm like doing a lot of hours, and it's physical labor. And yesterday I like texted and said I just can't make it. So I was in bed all day yesterday, and it was like, okay. And now I'm up and I'm ready to go again, and drinking coffee and getting ready. But with Facebook being suspended, there are people, I only communicate them through Facebook, and I have no way of letting them know that I'm suspended from Facebook. Because one person, he was like, why did you block me? When this happened before, and I'm like, I didn't block you, I promise. You know? So when this happened just recently, I have no way of contacting anyone to say, oh, I'm suspended. And I don't really know what I do. I mean, sometimes I will, just say, I'll say words and just say them, but I don't think I'm saying anything wrong that I know of. But anyway, let's see. I was going to... Oh, here it is. Here's a little Voltaire. It's Candide. Candide ou l'optimisme. Traduit de l'allemand de Monsieur le Docteur. Avec les additions qu'on a trouvées dans l'approche de Docteur Lokiel, Morutamenta l'an de grâce. 1759. Chapitre 1er. Comment Candide fut élevé dans un beau château et comment il fut chassé de celui. Il y avait un Vespalais dans le château de Monsieur le baron de Tondeur de Tronche, un jeune garçon à qui la nature avait donné l'amour les plus douces. Sa physionomie annonçait son âme. Il avait le jugement assez droit, avec l'esprit le plus simple. C'est, je crois, pour cette raison qu'on le nommait Candide. Les anciens domestiques de la maison soupçonnaient qu'il était fils dessous de la soeur de Monsieur le baron, et d'un bon et honnête gentilhomme des voisinages que cette demoiselle ne voulut jamais épouser parce qu'il n'avait pu prouver que Soissons est dans ce quartier et que le reste de son arbre généalogique avait été perdu par les jeux de temps. I bought this little copy of Candide at the bookstore, used bookstore. I saw it, I was like excited and all that. When I was in high school, and they had a lot of advanced programs and things like that in high school. And one of the choirs, and they had choirs all day long, which is, not typical of public schools. But anyway, it was an a cappella choir. And in the fall concert, first year for me to be in it, and the teacher did a couple selections from the opera Candide by Leonard Bernstein. She loved Leonard Bernstein, so she did a couple songs from it. They had this one tenor. He's a senior, Pete Stewart. He played Candide. There are our soprano who insisted upon having all the solos, Mindy Fisher. She played Cunegonde, and then we had Josh as Doctor. I can't remember his name, and anyway, we just did like a couple songs. It was fun, and it was like and it was let's see, in college, later on in college, as part of an opera workshop in the college, but it was more like, it wasn't really special. It was more like, if you wanted to be in it, you signed up and you were in it. Yeah. That was pretty much it. Nobody got turned down. So it was okay. But anyway, it was an opera workshop where we did scenes from operas, and we did a scene from Candide, and I got to be Candide. Yeah. But it was these two young lovers. Candide, he's this naive boy who's like just, like he's told to believe in positivity and the best of all possible worlds, that no matter what happens, this is the best outcome, and all that. And he had a girlfriend, and she was named Cunegonde. For some reason, that's not a super popular name. It should be Cunegonde. But she was similar to him, where she was naive. She came from money, though. And so, anyway, she, was also a bit naive, and stuff happened. They were both, on these wild, crazy adventures and things like that, and she was kidnapped and he was taken. Anyway, it was all this crazy stuff, and they eventually got reunited, and they both had a little more awareness of the real world. And but anyway, in high school, it's like, we were treated like adults, and it's like, here you go, here's this little opera that we're going to do a couple songs from it, and I was in the choir, and we sang a chorus and make our garden grow kind of thing, and okay. And so that always stuck with me, because it was like, that was like the first time I was told about an opera. What it is and all that. So it always stayed with me. But anyway, it's like this famous French story by this famous French philosopher about like these yet young, naive people, and then they end up being forced to learn about the cruelty of the real world. And so it was, that's how I kind of see it, as like, young and naive, and then you learn about the world, and then you're like, okay, everything's not sunshine and roses, but you can still smile. I'm going to make this video, and I'm not sure where I'm putting it, since I'm suspended from Facebook. I might put it on YouTube or something. But anyway, I'm drinking coffee, getting ready for work, go load some trucks, go be a helper. And I just, oh my God, I feel like I need a few more days off because it's physical work for a long time, you know. And I'm just, and you know, it's only going, I mean, the holiday season's almost over. And then I can, you know, the hours get cut back because it's, I don't even want to talk about how many hours I work a week because it's a bit inhuman. And because it's like just the one job where I work early in the morning, and then I have my helper job, and then I have my job on the weekends where I don't actually have a day off. And you know, I you know, people that I work with at my sales job, and I tell them, you know, what I work, and they're all excited about the paychecks. Like, you're gonna get some major, like, nice bank account there, and it's what I like is that they're not saying, you must be freaking exhausted, you need to take some days off or something. No, they're just saying, go for it, get those paychecks. And like, all right, yeah. I'm just trying to figure out, like, all the healthy, like, what can I add to my healthy regime to make it a little easier to work all the hours that I work. And I get to, after the helper job, go home and go to sleep. And then Saturday is like load trucks, do the helper thing, go home for a little bit, and then do the sales job. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's what I do. Man. You know, it's when I have done some things online, you know, do these, you know, programs and things, you know, make some money. And then I'll, like, you know, oh, okay, they're having a lecture explaining something. It's like, oh, okay. And it's like, and then I find out, like, most of the people, or all of them, they are straight men that have families, and that's why they're doing it. They do all this stuff to make money, to, like, leave stuff for their kids. And it's like, oh, that's lovely. Do they have any gay men that are doing it just, you know, to make the future a little easier? What are the gay men doing? And I just like, oh, okay. You know, I don't know, it's... You have these straight men, they're making extra money so they can buy some land, build a house on it, then they can leave it to their kids. And it's like, oh, that's beautiful. Okay, are there any gay men around that I can talk to them? Like, because I don't have kids, so I'm just looking for extra money so I can be safe. Over on Haight Street, there's this, I don't know what it is. It's a non-profit organization of some kind, I don't know. And one night a week, they will give out free soup or free meals or something, I don't know. And I went by and I'm like, oh, what's this? Oh, free soup. I'm like, well, okay. Not really need a soup, but all right. And this old guy came up and he's like, oh, I want to try this one this time. And he's, a person working there, he's like, no, there's only one per person. And the old guy felt embarrassed. It's like, oh, okay. And so anyway, I had my soup, and I'm like, this is not good soup. I mean, their heart is in the right place, but it was like, okay, and I just left it on top of a garbage can, and maybe the old man had some or something. I don't know. That wasn't good soup. But I felt so bad for that old man that, he has to go get free meals wherever he can. And then when he wants a little extra, he's like, no, you know better. Yikes, it's just free soup. It's not asking to turn a bomb on or anything. I don't know, but it's, when you do things and you see old people struggling and you're like, oh my God, and it's, when they're old, when they're so old that they're kind of limited on what they can do, it's, what can they do? When I worked at Spaghetti Warehouse, and one of the servers would comment, something that he noticed and he kept noticing would be the restaurant would, send out coupons. It'd be buy one, get one free. And you'd have these old couples show up and they'd use the coupon. So they'd both get the pasta or whatever the coupon was for. It's like, okay, yeah. And it bothered him so much that these old people had to live on coupons. But I remember when I was working there, the doctor I was going to at the time, he didn't understand, Spaghetti Warehouse. He had never been there, but he didn't understand it. It's spaghetti. You put pasta in a pot, boil it, add sauce, boom. You don't have to go out for that. I mean, he was right, but it was... I didn't really defend the restaurant because it was just a paycheck. I mean, some of the things they had on the menu were were special. I can't think of what, but right now, but I remember they had a bartender who was this kind of, I don't know, bartenders were sometimes would do this ambiguous thing where you couldn't tell, are they nice, are they flirting, what are they doing? And they had a bartender there, and he was this hunky man. And I could not tell. It's is he just being nice? Is he flirting? What is this? And I never found out. I think about many years ago when I was in college. I was a music education major. I didn't finish college, but the dream was to be a high school choir director. I don't know if, oh my goodness. I don't even know if I could be in a high school, if I could teach in a high school. There's so much danger going on. I just want to make beautiful music, or that's what I wanted. But that's what I thought I wanted. And it's like, it's funny that people will just be in their bubble. You know, that's what life is bubbles. Whatever bubble you're in, that's your bubble. That's what you know. Whatever it is that you do every day, that's what you know. That's what you do. That's your thing. And you're not going to know what exists outside of that bubble. And, like as a helper, I'm in a truck and I help deliver packages. And it's like, okay, you know. And there's a school, and the security guard, he's like this handsome man. And I don't know if he ever goes out. I don't know. I mean, I don't think he lives there, but I really don't know if he goes out at all, if he just goes to his job and goes home. But like, that's his bubble. And and there's other people where it's whatever their life is, that's their bubble. And my bubble is my bubble, and it's life is just bubbles. Life is full of bubbles. Everyone's got their bubble. I used to judge people that would work in an office because it's like, oh, they live in a bubble. They work in a bubble. They don't know anything. They're just in a bubble. And it's like, guess what? Everyone has a bubble. Some bubbles are different from other bubbles. Those people that work in an office and that's what they know, okay. But, and the things that I know, that's what I know. And yeah. Way back when I was at Sears Portrait Studio, and I think the signs were there that things were falling apart for them, because when I worked there, I had gotten a little car, in my little car, and would drive to different stores to help, because it'd be like someone called in sick, someone can't make whatever, and I'd go out to these different stores and help, and that was kind of a sign, people aren't showing up to work. And then a few years later, there was no more, selfies came along, so people didn't have to put up with Sears Portrait Studio. It's like, we don't have to deal with your ridiculous prices anymore. I mean, not that they were overpriced or anything, but it was like, they would have these deals, and you had to pick one of the package deals, or you weren't getting your pictures. And it's like, oh, that sucks. And then when you got the pictures, it's like, but anyway, Sears Portrait Studio, when I worked there, it was just, people weren't showing up, and they would call up stores and be like, we're looking for anyone that can help. Okay. This is our schedule for the week. We have 2 days, we need help. Okay. And that was the sign. They had these, I don't remember how it was explained, but these giant framed pictures. You picked a picture, whatever it was, to have it, this giant framed picture, and you could make it look like a painting. I don't remember. It wasn't an actual painting, but it was like, you took one of the pictures. It was, I don't know, paint was put on it. That doesn't sound right. But anyway, it came in it was a giant picture framed, and it looked like a painting. And it's like, and I think I only sold one. Like me, I only sold one. And it was his grandfather, and he brought his granddaughter in, and I was like telling him about like all these deals, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll take it." Easiest customer, wow. First thing I said, "I'll take that one." Okay, it's like take the big picture with the frame and all the other pictures that come with it, and wow, I like customers like that. But anyway, drinking my coffee. I was in bed all day. I got up and I had like this mess of papers that fell on the floor, and I was like, I'll get to it. And so yesterday I was here. I'm like, okay, I can clean them up now. And I'm thinking like, today, tomorrow, I think maybe tomorrow, I have to put money on my phone so I can do laundry, because the laundry in our apartment, in our building, has gone digital. And I've got a bunch of quarters now that I can't really use. And I've got like this coffee mug of change that's overflowing, that I'm like, yeah, I don't have time to take it. To turn it into money, into folding money. And I just keep gathering more and more change, and I really do not have time. I'm not even really sure when I'm supposed to go get groceries, because I need groceries. I've got a couple mac and cheese, and I got a couple sandwiches, and I really don't know when I'm gonna I guess I can go Sunday night after my sales job, and I can go get some stuff. Oh. Maybe. Oh. I don't know. Where I work at in the mornings in Helper, on the way out to the trucks, there's like this office that's unlocked and the door's open. It's this empty office. I'm like, oh, I could have an office. I really don't know what job I would do where I would have an office, but that would be nice. I've never had an office. I've seen people who have offices where it's like, oh, you didn't put anything. How long have you been here? No, when there was there was a show I was in for a summer. It was like this long-running show, and one of the leads, she also did some business with the show too. So she had an office, and I went to her office once or twice, and it was like there was nothing in it. There was her desk. Like nothing on the walls or anything. And it's like, how long have you been here? 10 years? 10 years and your office looks like you just moved in? Girl, I mean, maybe you don't spend a lot of hours in your office, but I don't know. And it's so funny that I will judge people on minimalism, and yet that's my life is minimalism. Because I always think, if I had an office, I'd have some fun, but maybe I wouldn't. Maybe. There was oh my goodness, I've been talking for a half hour. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to get going. Happy Friday.